Wrapping up time here in Fiji and pouring down rain outside. So doing inside today, little Fijian war club. Fiji they used to fight each other a lot. Now they just play rugby. That's how they settle their scores. But have you ever been in an organization where morale is maybe a little bit suspect, where people are running around on their teams and I'm gonna whack somebody in the head? Yeah, that's what we want to talk about today. How do we keep team morale high even when the journey gets tough? Let's talk about it. Strong team morale can be your greatest asset during tough times. And every founder and leader knows the entrepreneurial journey is full of challenges, missed goals, market setbacks, unexpected hurdles. And as founders, we signed up for it. We're the ones that are giving ourselves the beating. But the team, I think they have maybe a little bit of a romantic idea sometimes of what startup life is. Okay, it never matches reality. And when times are tough, our team morale can fall like a coconut and productivity with it. So how do we keep team spirits high when the road gets rough? How do we inspire them to keep moving forward even when the destination may seem a little far away and put the war clubs away? The Fijian culture is known for a strong sense of community and positivity, even in the face of adversity. And so here are 3 key strategies keeping morale high, inspired by the Fijian way of life. Remember back in my first video I did from Fiji, we talked about solo solovaki, that collective resilience. And that concept in Fiji is working together toward a common goal, even when facing difficult circumstances. The first one is something I talked about back in my very first video from Fiji about solo solovaki, that collective resilience. And in Fiji, that concept of solo solovaki represents the practice of working together for a common goal, even when facing difficult circumstances. Fijians will rely on the strength of the group. And as a leader, you can foster a similar sense of that collective resilience by emphasizing teamwork and shared responsibility. Remember, solo solovaki is you don't have a problem, I don't have a problem, we have a problem together. So it's that shared burden. And when we're all working together, when we're all pulling together, when I'm helping you solve problems, when you're helping me solve problems, when we have a problem and we're going to go conquer it together, that brings that sense of community and makes the burden lighter for everyone. The second one is to celebrate small wins. Fijians have a deep tradition of celebration, no matter how small the achievement. And we can have that same kind of mindset too. And I think it can be transformative for team morale. In business, even good times, bad times, difficult times, it's essential to acknowledge and celebrate small victories, whether it's hitting a milestone, overcoming a minor hurdle, major hurdle, putting out a release on time. That recognition can reignite that motivation and remind everybody why we're doing what we're doing and just taking that time to celebrate. We actually do that as a team twice a quarter. And specifically, we actually spend a good portion of one of our monthly meetings on it at the end of every quarter, talking about what are the things that we've done really well? What are we most excited about? What are we most looking forward to? And it's really taking time to celebrate those victories, whether they're big or small. And the third one we'll talk more about on the show with our guest today is positive leadership through empathy. Fijian leaders like village chiefs, and yes, they actually do still have village chiefs, they lead with empathy and understanding, not strict authority. And in a business leader, being empathetic, especially during hard times, listening to the team, providing emotional support, showing you understand the challenges, being in the ring, being in the arena with them, not somewhere else. More likely to stay positive and committed no matter how hard the road gets. A big example of this actually comes from several Fijian villages. There's a number of different things. Storms affect that, damage, and they rebuild the community. There are villages that we went to that had moved. Some moved because of rising seas. They had to move the village up. Others had to move the village, like literally move the village from one place to another because of water and there wasn't enough rain. And so it's just that resilience and that, what would that be like if your entire village, 200 or 300 people, okay, we've lived here for the last 100 years, we're gonna have to move over there now because either too much water or too little water, crazy. But that's life. Or a storm comes and wipes things out and then they go and rebuild. But think about that in your leadership. How would you handle that as a leader? And how would you lead your team through a transition like that? That's just one of those things that kind of seems crazy. And as you lead your team through those tough times, they come back strong and really build bonds. And when they rallied together and they have that shared effort, the positivity as a leader, really leads to growth and resilience that far surpasses expectations and keeps productivity high as well. So trust these strategies will be helpful. I love the inspiration of the Fijian culture, and it help you and your team stay positive and focused on your road ahead and your goals. So those are my top ideas today. How about you? How do you keep your team's morale high, keep them putting away the war club? Share your experiences in the comments below and subscribe for more leadership insights. Let's build teams that thrive no matter the challenges.